the welterweight championship, the champ, Tony DeMarco, versus Carmen Basilio. And from the neutral corner, your host, Rocky Marciano, undefeated world's heavyweight champion. Sparring with the fastest moving, little feet around, the little leader from Hollywood, Mr. Show Business himself, Sammy Davis Jr.
You're watching the main event on ESPN Classic.
Sam, on your way up, I guess it must have been pretty rough, like most of the fellas in the fight game, but I know quite a few of your friends in Boston. They say you spent a lot of time there.
Yes, I did. I lived in Boston for several years, as you know, and we have a lot of mutual friends. And we used to, well, everybody has it rough. You know, you walk into a place, I'll never forget, we were playing in Worcester. And we walked in, and my dad and my uncle and myself, we had about 3 sheets of music between us, but we had the pride of saying, when's the rehearsal going to be? And the fellow said, what rehearsal? So we said, well, there's got to be a band. He says, no, there's no band. You do it to the jukebox. So we did our whole act to Glenn Miller's In the Mood. Wow. On the jukebox. But, you know, these are rough things that make you appreciate the better days.
Sam, Providence was a lucky place for me, and I think the last fight I had there was Phil Moscato. And then from then on, I sort of had a lot of luck. I came into New York and fought Lastaza. And then I fought Joe Louis, Rex Lane, Harry Matthews. I seemed to get lucky right from the 28th fight on out of Providence, Rhode Island.
In other words, there's always a, I guess this applies to an entertainer or a man in your profession, there's always a moment that happens. It's a turning point, right?
Right, yes.
A moment that you can look back on and say, yeah, this was the beginning of something. With me, for instance, one day, my uncle, Will Maston, and myself were walking down in front of the Palace Theater. We ran into Bill Robinson. Will and Bill had been friends for a long time, and he said, I've been hearing about the kid. I said, how good does he dance? And right there on the street, I started to dance a little bit for him. So he said, come up in my agent's office. We went up in his agent's office. He started teaching me a few steps. And I always felt, really, that this was the beginning of something for me, because he was such a gracious man. He gave me an insight. I always wanted to, like, kind of pattern myself, dance-wise, after Bill Robinson. He was a great man. Hey, but I didn't come here to talk about show business, and I came because I need your help for the fight. I gotta do this picture. I would like for you to tell me, see, now, only kind of fighting I know is from, like, I was born in Harlem, you know, in New York. And street fighting. Now, I know it's a little different when you're doing a movie and boxing. Now, I want to look good, you know. I want to look like a mensch out there. Now, you should tell me nice. What do I have to do?
Let's stand up and let me take a look at your style.
Well, I've been working on a couple, you know. Nothing too flashy, you know. One of these here, you know, where you can kind of move around a little bit. You know, give it a little walk, and I figured I can do a little tap dance while I'm just sort of fooling around. Yeah, and I saw a pretty good punch, too. Put your hand up for me. Ah! I don't want to do that.
What, Sam? Sam, I saw you once
I didn't mean to hit you.
An imitation of a great fighter. Show him that Henry Armstrong.
Oh, well, the Armstrong. He always had...
Yeah.
Here, down, up, like so. I love the walkaways, though. You know, the walkaways are beautiful.
A walkout?
Walkout, you know, we...
I remember well. You do that perfect, Sam. Tell me, Archie Moore, can you do that guy?
No, I can't do Archie.
It was great, so great, I don't know, brings back a lot of memories.
Can you give me something, really?
You know, Sam, I picture you as a Willie Pep type of a fighter. I guess if you and Willie Pep had fought and you'd had just a little bit of schooling, it'd have probably been the fastest fight of all time. You know, he usually wound up in back of an opponent and tapping him and saying, turn around, you know, let's fight this way. Yeah. He was so great, so quick, so fast. If I were you, Sam, I'd just use your footwork, which is so great. Keep your hands up high, chin down, close like that, you know, chin down. And just that, in your footwork, I mean, how can you miss?
From you mean like this here?
Right. The jab, usually lead with the jab. Keep this here for when you see an opening. You see?
Yeah.
But use this here mostly.
Suppose you don't see no opening.
Well, you got to make one, Sam.
Oh, I see. You step on his foot.
No, sometimes you get under here, you know. Then maybe he'll drop this, then you can get to here, see? Meantime, this will get heavy, and maybe you can come over here, you see? Something like that.
That's wonderful.
Now when do we start training?
Forget the training, please.
Sam, I got a great idea. We got a really great fight coming up. Basilio and DeMarco, two of the roughest welterweights of all time. I think we can learn more by watching this fight than by trying to teach you something here. Will you stand and watch with me?
Sure.
Syracuse, June 10th, 1955. DeMarco has just won the welterweight title, and here they have him defending it in Basilio's hometown. DeMarco in black trunks. See how Basilio paused with that left. Then he drops it to his side. That's a come-on. Let Tony stick his face in there and bang. Carmen will sure hook him fast. Basilio had to suffer to make the 147-pound class. He had to go without water for a whole day to get his weight down. Let me tell you, it's an awful thing. It looks like Basilio is giving DeMarco a lot of room, but actually he isn't. Carmen is sticking out that left hand and pulling his head way back when Tony looks like he's set to punch. He can make DeMarco miss that way and be in perfect position to counterpunch. His body is away, but his left foot is close. Basilio is using his left hand to make DeMarco miss those big rights. Every time Tony cocks that right to throw, Carmen just taps him on the shoulder with his left and pushes him off balance. When Tony punches, he's a half a foot off. See what I mean? Is so anxious to get a big right punch that he isn't thinking too good. Tony, he's out-timing you on those right hands. Get smart. Show him the right. Let him start that tap with his left, then hook him good. Tony's pulling himself off balance with those right hands. He shouldn't shoot crazy punches like that. Will you look at the kid miss? Hey, this fight is for 15 rounds, remember? Tony carries his right hand very high. Actually, he's exaggerating it. He's got a good reason. He wants to make sure he won't forget and let the hand drop below the shoulder level. right hands to the body Carmen is getting in, they don't look like much, but, ooh, believe me, they're murder. Use your elbows to block them, Tony. There goes Basilio to the body again. He's way behind, but the body punches might be his way out of this jam. Did you catch that action, Sam? Every time DeMarco gets set, he's murder.
Yeah, that's kind of rough action, Danny.
But watch Basilio handle him in the next few rounds.
So ready?
We'll return in a moment to the main event on ESPN Classic.
Tony, you're way off again. Step in before you throw that right hand. The guy is always going away from you when you start a punch. See that little right to the side Basilio just snuck in there? Didn't look like much, did it? But Tony can tell you different. Basilio gets everything his own way on the inside. I can't figure out why he's been giving DeMarco so much room. He's fighting Tony's game. Tony's hands are faster. When they trade, he has the best of it. Carmen should put his head on DeMarco's chest and spend the rest of the night fighting that way. Basilio's legs shake every time Tony lands. Carmen, you gotta come in and bang away at this guy. If you're gonna stand off and trade punches with him, he's gonna leave you on your face. Hasn't scored a KO because he's had trouble landing the second and third punches of a combination. A terrific right to the side hurts Carmen. Basilio is in tremendous condition. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be standing. He's out on the road running at 6 every morning, even in a snowstorm. It's the only way I ever knew. Sticking that jab in strong now. DeMarco's right after him. Here's where Tony's stubbornness could hurt him. He's ahead in the fight, but he still won't settle for anything less than a knockout. Misses another big right. Tony, watch yourself. You've got a long night ahead of you. Those misses tear your guts apart. Carmen throws an awful lot of punches inside. Hey, I don't know about this. I think something's beginning to happen. Carmen has Tony missing an awful lot tonight. That's got to wear a guy down. And now Carmen's landing real strong to the body. He may come in on this one yet. Look at how low DeMarco has his right. It looks like he's getting tired. He's more than that. Look at him. He looks shot. All of a sudden, he has no poise. He'll never last if this is all he's got left. Tony's cut over the right eye, but that isn't what's bothering him. He's just dead tired. Pull yourself together, kid. Tony's getting up. He doesn't know where he is, but he's a fighter, and he knows he has to get up. Nothing else matters. Clinch. Don't try to punch anymore. Tony doesn't know what to do. He's standing straight up. Get low. You're gonna get hurt again. Look at him get up. There's only one thing making him do it, that big heart. It certainly doesn't come from the head. He doesn't know where he is. The bell saves Tony. There's the doctor leaving the ring. He's letting the fight go. You've got to get close. Get in there, Tony. DeMarco. He won't quit. He's going to take the fight to Basilio instead. His legs are dead. His arms feel heavy. There's a lot of noises in his head. But he goes right in. You gotta love a guy with this heart. Look tired. You can tell Carmen needs a breather. He had a badly hurt DeMarco in front of him and didn't do much about it. He just stayed away. Has Tony got a chance to come back? I don't know. He could be too shot to punch anymore. He's all gone. I don't know what you can do, Tony. Just try and keep that head down and hope to get lucky. Those punches didn't bother Carmen at all. Basilio is just picking off punches, picking his spots. Tony's hurt. Watch him, Kessler. This is a nice kid. Let's not get him hurt. That's right. It's all over. DeMarco couldn't defend himself anymore.
You're watching the main event on ESPN Classic.
Sam, this fight here is an exception to the rule. This was the roughest, toughest fight I have ever seen. Two welterweights that could only punch and take it.
But as you say, that is the exception to the rule.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I'm only making a movie. So I think with the diet and the training, I'll do it like in Hollywood. We'll get a couple of guys that who get less money than I do, and I can tell them what to do.
Sam, to call you a main eventer is an understatement. You are the main eventer, Mr. Main Event. You are the oldest story of a man who keeps punching. This pair of golden gloves was made for you. Sammy, keep killing the people. Keep punching, always.
Hey, this is wonderful. Thank you very much, Rocky. Oh, incidentally, you can't give me 11 more of these, will you? Know Ocean's 11? I got some guys that are going to be awfully salty when they see this. But seriously, thank you. Thank you for a wonderful effort.
Thank you, Sammy. Bye. Bye.
Tonight on ESPN Classic at 8, see the great fights of the mid-1950s on Big Fights Boxing Hour. Then at 9, join host Sugar Ray Leonard as he examines his favorite bouts on Sugar Ray's Hit Parade, only on ESPN Classic. Are you old school?